Morning everyone. Say good morning to the boys. Here's Uber. There's Iceman. And Hannes is over the back there. So it's the start of a new week. It's Monday. Welcome to the new week. I have to say I'm quite glad to see the back of last week. That wasn't very nice Uber, was it? Yes, it was a little challenging for me. I think it's because I'd been saying that it takes a lot to shock me, and I think the universe obviously had other ideas to try and prove me wrong. I won't bore you with all the details now because you don't need to know about all of that. But yeah, that's why I've perhaps not shared as many videos as I would usually. But you know, it's a new week, a new start. We've got an awful lot going on as usual this week. So the concreting is carrying on up at the Hoitze Jubbers house. We've got Michael back, very, very exciting, and it's been a long time coming, many years in the planning. He's actually starting work on the shippen today, so he's going to be starting to bring the walls down at the front, and yeah, it's a project that's going to take the next 12 months. It is completely separate from everything we do with the horses, so you know that's not something that we're looking to fundraise for, because the way I look at it is that renting the house out and doing what we've done has enabled us to have the horses here for many years. And although it's not subsidised it has provided a place for them to be. So really, now that we are beginning to be a little more self-sufficient, thanks to all of you who help us, then we're now in a position where we can get a mortgage in place based on the farmhouse, so that we can get that shippen rebuilt, so that we've got somewhere more permanent to live in. Myself, Tamara and Bailey. Mum will go back into her cottage. That brings me on to the static front, and it's been a real nightmare, I have to say, and it just wasn't falling into place for whatever reason. The one in Taunton, it turns out that there's no way that it would fit into the farm. So yesterday, Tamara and I actually went over to see a guy called Chris at Bigland Hall Caravan Park. Really nice guy. Michael put us in touch with him, and we think we may have found the solution. So we'll find out a little bit more this week. But you know, we're cutting it really fine, because we've got to be out of the farmhouse the last week of March, and putting what we think is going to be the most suitable option in place now is going to require a lot more groundwork. So that all needs to be done. The existing one needs moving. Yeah, so there's all sorts, and there's so much going on at the moment that I think that's been a little bit overwhelming for me, I have to say, this last week. But thank goodness I've got all these boys and girls to keep some sanity here. So, I will carry on with the rest of the day, finish off getting these sorted, get them some haylage out. Jodie's in a bit later. We've got Hazel in, Kate's in. Really sad, Lisa and Vince have gone home now, but they will be back with us in about 5 weeks. This is the next part of our search, and it's actually only a few miles down the road. We've come today over to Bigland Hall Caravan Park to see the lovely Chris here, who's kindly given up some of his Sunday to show us a couple of the lodges that he has. I'm in my Sunday best, look. You are. You brushed your hair for the occasion as well. Yeah, thank you.
And trimmed my nose.
Oh, really?
Yes, and had a shave.
Oh, I don't even know what to say now. Anyway, Chris has just taken us to see a couple of the lodges that he's got on his site that I should go back. Chris was actually introduced to us by Michael, who you all know, for all the work that he's done for us. And Chris is very kindly stepping in to try and help us with our whole accommodation situation with these two lodges that you've got. And you're going to come back to us with a all-inclusive price. Promise? Yeah.
Yeah, will do.
And you're literally about how many miles from the farm?
7 or 8.
Yeah. And
not far away.
And if we did go for a lodge, then it would need to be delivered in 2 separate deliveries.
Yes,
because they're split in half.
Yes.
And this is where we've said about the fact that we can't get the static from Taunton to us because of the width of it. So this is going to be our best option. It obviously does push our budget up a bit, but from what we've seen, it looks like this is the way to go.
That's the concept,
Yeah.
definitely.
So Chris
On
has
the
also
moving.
given us a really good contact in Peter,
I'll
who's
keep
actually
them
going to get our existing static moved as soon as possible. And then we'll look at getting Tony in, because there's going to be a lot of groundwork that's needed to be done up where the bullpen is and where the static is at the moment. And we're running out of time. We got 3 weeks to go, 3 and a bit weeks to go before we have to move out of the house. The next stage of the static story, Michael to the rescue again. We've had Peter up here this morning talking about moving this one. Can you believe it's going to cost £1,000 to move it from here down to over there where we've had the groundworks done? And because the one that we've spoken to Chris about is going to be a lot wider than this, we thought we were going to have to take this wall down and widen the area, have a lot of groundwork done, but actually, again, thanks to Michael, he always comes to our rescue. We're going to look at placing it here in front, and then at least that frees up space around the bullpen. And if at some point in the future we're in a position to renovate that, because it is, as you know, falling down like a lot of the other buildings, then at least we've got space around it to do it. So they're just talking about the logistics of the services. So we have over here a cesspit effectively that has to be emptied every few weeks, and then we've got obviously the electrics that run round the back of the arena to the right of the fencing over there and down to the back of the horse walker. So that's all going to need moving across and connecting up to the new one. But at least this guy who can move this one can do it next week. Tamara, are you excited? All your plans for the shippen are finally coming together.
I'm sorry, I'm speechless. I'm just so frustrated with myself.
Don't be. We've both been in tears this morning, but these are good problems to have. There's so much going on, and yeah, it is overwhelming. Oh, look.
Don't make me cry.
Look, I'm going to make you cry again. We've both cried this morning. Don't. I'm going to have to stop it now.
I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm fine.
I'm
yeah,
fine.
we've known this has been coming for a long time,
Yeah.
but I just don't feel prepared, and we've got lots to move and whatever. So yeah,
We need a project manager.
we need physical pairs of hands.
Yeah, we do, which
Yeah.
is why the static is such a vital part of
Yeah.
what goes on here, because we need to be able to house people to come and help here, because, you know, we're out in the middle of nowhere. Well, not in the middle of nowhere, but we need so many helping hands around here to get
Yeah.
the jobs done that we need to.
Yes, and as much as we want to do it ourselves, and I love doing this sort of thing, I've also got a million and other
Yeah.
other things that I need to.
So we're just
doing.
moving.
So yeah, we're just
moving
struggling
some
a
more
little.
rubbish out of the shippen.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Jodie, Kate, and Hazel are looking after all the boys and girls up the top.
Yeah.
And
So that's-
Michael's disconnected water, and he's got going, and the concrete's being done. So things are happening.
It's good.
And
It's
is
good.
all good problems.
It is all good problems.
But yeah, we're getting old now, aren't we? Let's go move more rubbish.
Let's go move more rubbish. That's very
Michael's
good.
having a lunch break already, but he's just connected for the first time the new water supply.
I mean,
So
all those
this
sort of
home-
issues about what should we do, this and that, and it was actually quite simple, wasn't it?
Yes,
Leave those
yeah.
two and do that.
And just do that.
Yeah.
It was.
So the pipes are going to have to sit here for a while.
Well, there's no point hacking all this up because people are going to be coming through, and
Yeah.
we can get the footings out, start that, and just leave this till later, you know. Because
But
it'll
yeah.
be just a mud bath, you know.
So it'd be interesting to see the difference in the water bill now, won't it?
No,
So now-
this is
This is a separate one.
separate water
Yeah.
bill. Yeah.
So
Yeah, because this is the barn and this is the stable, so it's purely business sort of, you know.
yeah, so this pipe will feed all the areas for the horses, the statics,
Yes.
and then the other one feeds the house and the
That's
cottage.
The cottage. And that's the shippen.
I bet
Yes.
your house bill. I bet your bill goes right down because you're only using house stuff. You're not using gallons and gallons for horses. You know.
We use quite a lot for washing them.
Yeah, of course, if we had the water, the IBC tanks connected up, then that.
Oh, they've moved.
I know.
They have,
They've been
they're all down
cleaned.
here.
They've been cleaned, but they can go back.
Yeah.
But the idea is to have 3 around the other side and 2 or 3 this
You
side.
should
and then
use
we
them
can-
honestly because it's free water. It's free
Free water.
We just need somebody to set them all up. We just need people. We just need. Yeah, nothing's rocket science, Michael.
Do them and
Yeah, but Michael, you've got a whole shippen to build here.
yeah, but before that, half a day they're done,
Yeah, I know.
and your water bill goes down. It'll cost you to get me to do it, but your water bill will go like that.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. We'll add that to the monster long list of things to do.
Honestly, it's
Thanks, Michael.
well worth doing.
This breaks Tamara's heart because all of these bits could probably be used for something really good. But, you know, they've been sat around here for years and years.
It's all useful stuff, but
We're never going to get round to doing anything with it.
yeah, I know, and it'll sit here for another 10 years, even though it's useful. We don't. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it's got to
just-
go. It's got to go.
Somebody else will make use of it.
Yeah. These bits here are actually the side of an old carriage that I bought many years off John Parker, but it was in a really bad state when we first had it, and it just, like many other things, sat here and rotted away over the years.
We're not going to sit here and rot away.
No, we're going to try not to,
We're going to move around and rot away.
but I'm afraid it has to go because it's not going to serve a purpose, and we don't have a museum, we don't have a building
A
that's...
workshop building that we could store it
No,
in.
exactly. That noise is the shippen starting to come down, I believe. Scary.
It's not.
Oh, look, a window's gone. But this is going to be your baby to film, Tamara. I'll share little bits of it every now and again, but we need Tamara's Tales back.
Tomorrow's.
Isn't that what we called it? Tamara's
It is.
Tales.
Yeah, and I do want to do it. I have a whole project down there that I have to get done as well, which...
Yeah, we haven't even shown anybody that.
No.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe what Tamara's been doing down here. In fact, I'm going to show a little bit of it just now. This is the outside of the laundry room, and the next clip that you're going to see is going to be Tamara all dressed up in her protective clothing while she's doing really...
Mucky stuff.
Yeah,
I have taken some footage.
yeah. One day you'll get to all see it. So it's all the metal out of this little stack that we're clearing away, and Michael's going to take off to have weighed in. So we've put those bits from the carriage on, and those at the back are the wheels. But we're going to keep those. They'll go somewhere one day. Oh, she's found more bits of metal. You see, Arthur's proving brilliant for this as well. We've got this old generator as well, which has to go. So, got my straps round it, and my good old trusty tractor is going to move it. So, we've got Smurfy here. Mama Smurf. Yeah. Hazel, who's been doing a little bit with Inna today, and I'm afraid I said to you that you couldn't have teddies, you'd need to enter a raffle.
I know, I was distraught, but never mind. I'm going to put this to one side.
So she's binning the Friesian experience hat in favour of one of
But
Nancy's.
it's still blue.
It is.
It's absolutely stunning. There we are.
Perfect.
Thank you so much, Nancy. It will be well appreciated.
Wonderful.
It's
just
actually.
Pardon?
It does really suit you.
it does. It's just as well that you chose Neaky News colours, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
I was torn, but
Yeah. Not
Yeah.
to worry.
No, it's only
Well, thank
right.
you. I'm glad you were torn.
yeah.
This one can be washed now.
Yeah. You can alternate.
I can.
And you've got actually. Sorry, I should also mention there. You've got Renska's brow band in your hand because you're very kindly going to go and do a little repair on
Go a
that as
little
well.
repair on that and see if we can get some gems as well for Doutsons.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Thank you.
We'll get there.
Jubbers, make your mind up. Do you want to go in and play with him or not? He was busy chewing you on the other side of the fence just now. What's up, Nero? Hey, we'll come out and do a little bit before you go to bed for the night. You made a right mess of your rug, haven't you? You don't care, do you? He says, I like breaking things. Keeps me entertained. Can you not get to the hay bar? Dow and Hid are monopolising it. Jubbers is straight in there. Anyway, I'm going to go and retrieve Dow because Dow had a little bit of an adventurous day yesterday. She ended up jumping a 5-bar gate. So I suspect that she's going to be a little bit sore today. But we'll go and do some stretching and see. We've had a little stretch in Bessie's barn, and so far so good. We've done a bit more stretching in the arena. She's a little bit stiff, but I don't think she's any the worse for what happened. So that was just a little bit of our flag work, and I think, you know, she's a very good example of what you're looking for, because the idea is that she stays in that nice relaxed outline with her head lowered and moving softly and rhythmically through her walk, her trot, and then her transitions back to walk and halt, regardless of what the pressure is. So I had the flag going. Obviously she's done flag work before, and even when I was waving it up in the air, she just stayed in that same nice relaxed frame. But yeah, I'm pleased with her that, you know, she doesn't seem overly stiff, you know, no more than usual, particularly on the right side. But she'll just take it a little bit easy for a couple of days, because, you know, it's like if you use your body in a way that you've not done it before for a long time, you know, it's going to stretch a few muscles and make you a little bit sore for a bit. So no more jumping for you at the moment, Dow. I mean, she is a brilliant jumper, you know, I have taken her jumping over the years, and she's very athletic, so she finds it quite easy. And who knows, maybe we'll go jumping again one day, because she does thoroughly enjoy it, as long as she's not being chased by Woody. Yeah, you're a very good girl. Yeah, nice and relaxed now. Yeah. She's doing her giraffe impression now. She's very good at her giraffe impression, aren't you? Come back down. That's it, good girl. Good girl. Right. Oh look, Annie's had a nice pamper with Kate today. She's even plaited her up. You're just finishing off Doutson's apple, aren't you? It's your post-stretch apple, isn't it, Dow? Okay. Is that tasty? You don't want to go back to your babysitting duties, do you? But it looks like Hida and Nero are sharing nicely up there. I just said to Jodie that Iceman's turned into Nero because he's got his head collar on. She said, let's hope not. I think it would be a completely different groundwork training session today if he had.
Yeah, I saw him before climbing up the gate.
Oh, was he?
10 and nearly knocked it down.
Oh, that post needs replacing. I'll bring him out and do a bit with him in a minute. So Jodie's had little Mabel, Saturday's birthday girl, up. What did you do with her?
So she had mane, tail, leg wash, replat, and then we did a bit of groundwork, so over the poles. So it's always good to get her stretching through her neck and shoulders, because she gets quite tight through there.
And using
Yeah,
that
she
tummy.
enjoyed it, so it's good to
Yeah.
get back doing a bit of groundwork with her. And yeah.
Now it's Iceman's turn.
Yeah.
And then over here we got little Jubbers. So Kate's on with Jubbers now, giving him a clean up. He looks very happy about it. And he's got one of your plats as well.
Yes, yeah. Just
He's-
playing My Little Pony. That's all I do here. It's great. Huge, all that mane.
I know, he's got the best mane out of all of
It's
them.
incredible.
Other
yeah.
than Hannes.
Yeah. Other than Hannes. But
Yeah.
Hannes is tough to follow, really. But yeah, impressive.
The littlest person and the thickest mane. Hey Jubbers.
Size of that. Wow.
And you've managed to get away today without having your muzzle on, haven't you? He says, I know, I snuck off early
Yes.
so that nobody noticed. But yeah, he's still looking a bit beige because he was clipped. But he will go black again when his summer coat starts coming through. Oh my goodness. Wow. It has gone, hasn't it? Wow. Can you smile now? Yeah. Gosh. That's the start of it. So this was a wall that was meant to come down today, but we also have a wall that wasn't meant to come down today. So unfortunately, as they were peckering to get the other gate post in, this part of the wall's fallen down. So I'm not quite sure what's happening with this, because we know that Neil isn't around until April time, so we might end up just with a gap there for a while. But the next bit of concrete's gone down, and then there's 2 more sections to do here, and then out the front here, going onto the driveway. Oh, and that sounds like Michael coming back with my tractor that he's borrowed. So he's going to be filling that up with the wool from the shippen that's just come down and taking it away. Jodie's got an audience. Annie, does that bring back memories? Annie did a wedding once where the bride rode side saddle and it was raining and she had to ride with an umbrella. And I'd never sat on Annie with an umbrella before, but literally 5 minutes of me practicing with her on the day and she was as good as gold. Weren't you, Annie? She likes to watch everyone else work, but she doesn't want to do groundwork herself. Nero's turn now. Jodie's still over there with her umbrella, with Iceman. She's got her babies watching, and an audience of Anya, Dow and Hidda outside now. I think Nero wants to roll. Do you want to have a roll before we start? No? You just want to be silly. Eh? It's very exciting. Should we do some pole work again? Come on, Ships. Oh look, there's Phineas. I think that's what Frey called that pheasant. Phineas the pheasant. Hello, sheepies. No, don't walk through the fencing. You're going to come back to your own field. Can you not mug me, Pfizer? No, we're going left. Come on, we're going this way. They'll follow food anywhere, much like Prince, who's still busy guarding the entrance to the feed room. Making life very difficult for Kate, aren't you, Prince?
Just in the way.
He is, isn't he?
Yeah. Always there. Just chilling.
I think we need to contain you somewhere.
Let's go.
There we go, back in their field. No, there's no more in the bowl. You have to eat it from over there. And at least then that paddock can grow grass ready for when Hoitze and Jubbers go back up there in the spring. But they have extra haylage out here, so they're not short of food.
I wake up in the morning with a smile on my face, feeling thankful for the love and the happiness we chase. Sun is shining brightly, sky so blue and clear. With every breath I take, I'm grateful you are near. So grateful, yeah. Thank you for the laughter, thank you for the tears.